go.
No, I got my notes. I need to be signed by
Money, where we help you master your mindset and maximize your money.
Hello, 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 and welcome to Flat Being Money, where we help you master your mindset and your money. Today, we are getting into a conversation that hits a nerve for a lot of Black women: the rise of male love gurus who profit off of women's heartbreak. These men promise clarity, confidence, and healing, but many of them are selling fantasies while living the exact opposite in their real lives. They know exactly what type of men women should avoid because they are often those men. Yet they still build businesses teaching women how to avoid the same behaviors they refuse to change in themselves. So today we're asking, why is this industry so profitable? Black women are the main target of this, and what healthy guidance actually looks like, because healing should empower, not drain your pockets or keep you stuck. I've got my queens here to start off this Thanksgiving week, but I'm going to digress a little bit before we move into it. So we've got Marlo Layson, TV film producer, and we have Tierra Williams, producer and actress, and you have little old me, Laura Lalaki, senior international real estate agent. It's Thanksgiving week. So ladies, before we get into this topic, please tell me one thing that you are grateful for in this moment. I'll start with you, Tierra.
Oh, go to Marlo first.
I am thankful that I don't suffer from whatever disease these women suffer from that are following these men, these gurus. Honey, thank you. I will say a prayer over my turkey on Thanksgiving.
Over her turkey, she said. What about you, Tierra?
I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm so grateful for life, for health, for my daughter, for her health, for my family and their health. You know, I just came back from Pennsylvania where I seen all of my family, and I'm just grateful. I was looking around and just thinking, like, everybody is here, everybody is healthy, and everybody is happy. Well, you know, they appear to be happy anyway. So I'm grateful for that.
I
What
am
about you,
grateful for
Lala?
my I am very grateful for my husband, because as I was going through all of these videos that we have and everything, I don't have these experiences. I did date one gentleman before my husband that really made me jump through hoops. And I see, and the God knew my heart, my little old Pisces heart could not take that in my life. So he sent me a good man. So I am very grateful for my husband. So listen, we want to hear what you are grateful for this week as well. Go ahead and put that in the chat, because you know what? It's all about gratitude. You got to put that energy out there to receive it back as well. Thank you so much for joining us today. We've got William, we've got Walterine. We love you. We have Jerry, we have Dr. Vibe. We have so many people who are here all the time with us. And so we're going to dive on into this topic because it gives me the willy nillies. So can we start off with a video? Let's kick off a video and get into this conversation.
You know, Marlo actually had a preference for what video we start with. So I'm going to
All
start
right.
with the video that you wanted to start with, I think, Marlo. I think this is the one. No.
Uh,
Is this the one? This is the one. All right, here we go.
This is Ace Metaphor. Actually, no, wait, that's Derek Jackson. This is Ace Metaphor. Actually, no, that's Pastor Poppy. Now, let me try this one more time. Yeah, This is Ace Metaphor from the live podcast show Tonight's Conversation. This show is basically like The View or a daytime talk show meets a live panel at night, and all they talk about is dating. That's what this show is. Or was. This show is done. Tonight's conversation is now yesterday's rumor. So why is Mojo Jojo relevant? Because this guy, like this guy, and this guy built a platform on pandering towards women. And if you know anything about guys who build platforms on pandering towards women, you know where this story is going. Long story short, bro was running through them hoes. All that yapping he was yapping towards women, he was not standing on that shit. When the drama of all of that started coming out, it surprised no man on planet Earth. Y'all consistently fall for these pandering accounts. Y'all want to be in an echo chamber so bad. Bro was telling y'all sweet nothings. He was just telling y'all shit y'all wanted to hear. And like Professor Rex from the X-Men, did not stand on a damn thing. Now, this wasn't the singular drama that brought an end to tonight's conversation. I'm just saying, us dudes, we saw this shit from a mile away. Not a single dude was shocked when this news dropped.
Okay, since Marlon wanted to choose that video, I want to hear what your thoughts are on that video, why that one stood out to you the most.
Because it just made me laugh. I mean, if you spent any amount of time on the internet and seen any of these guys, first of all, it's funny because I didn't know who the topic of discussion was because there are so many of them. So when he did his little intro, it made me laugh because they are all the same in different skin. So him fake confusing them just to me enhanced the whole situation. But I mean, if you need a guru, these guys are as good as any to learn something from, I guess.
I learned to stay away from. I don't understand why women want to take all of their. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. I'm just a weird. Said I'm a Pisces heart, but the way that the most of these that we are talking about today, I never thought that they were any kind of guru, and I was like, why are they even on here trying to explain to us how we need to be? It just throws my mind for a boggle. So, but Tiara, why do you think that Black women are the biggest audiences for these coaches when clearly all three of us here are like, what? So why do you think that they get us the most?
Well, here's the thing. I'm not like what, right? I watched Derek Jackson. I like tonight's conversation. I bought the cards, right? I did the things. I am the Black woman, right? Like I'm the Black woman. Um, and it's partially because it's like you're watching these things and you're thinking, okay, this is inside the thoughts of a man, right, as it pertains to women, and you're saying, okay, but he's on my side, right? He's giving us a perspective, and here's a healed man giving Black women a perspective of what a healed man looks like, right? And so, obviously the things, it's almost like the preacher, and it's even when I think about this, like in the video, he's saying he didn't stand on business and all of that, and I'm thinking, I mean, sometimes pastors don't stand on business, right? But there's still a good kind of like word in there. If you can extract like the pandering from the word, sometimes it can work, right? So I'm always looking for that. I think as a woman, you're asking, as a woman, as a single woman that used to watch those videos, not so much anymore. Now I watch them because of course we produce content, and I'm always looking to see how ratchet people are, and what they're saying about being in relationship and how toxic they are, just for conversation's sake. But you know, I don't watch Derek Jackson anymore. I don't. That part of me doesn't need those kind of videos. I think at that time I was probably looking for a word, looking for a sign. It's like a fortune cookie when you're at Panda Express, right? You open it and be like, my life is gonna be great. I'm gonna find a man in it, or whatever it is that you're looking for in a minute. You're looking for signs all over the place. And so for those women who might be looking for a sign, those are the men.
But Dr. Vibe has a good question. He's saying, what are the relationship statuses of these experts? So, Marlo, do you know any of that background on them?
So Derek Jackson actually, his whole thing blew up because his relationship status got in the way of him guruing in person on the side. And so it's my understanding that the most recent guru, I don't even know his name, Ace, Is his name Ace Boogie? Whatever. He is unattached. Derek Jackson, it's funny because we have a Derek Jackson video, and the evidence of his cheating on his wife is actually prominently placed over his shoulder. It's called a car seat that's sitting behind him. And then, all these dudes just scamming, right? They realize that there's an audience in division on social media. So if I can be the alternative to the manosphere, and I can say to women, hey, it's not you, it's them. You are doing everything right. The men are doing. He got a built-in audience. It's like Tiara made a great comparison to the church, right? Where if you look around, especially churches, black churches, majority of women are in there. Their spirits are being fed to a certain degree what they want to hear, right? And so it's the same pulpit pimp. Not every pulpit is a pimp, so don't be coming at me sideways and crazy. Some pulpits are good and helpful and useful, but some of them be pimping, and it's okay for us to say that. And this is, just an alternative of the pulpit pimp. These dudes are relationship status, ambiguity. How about that?
I think you're right, because you cannot peg everybody in there. I mean, the minister that I grew up with I thought all ministers were like him. And then one of the worst upsets in my life happened with the pastor. Maybe question my faith and everything else. So, then that's when I experienced something like that, which I didn't think growing up with such a wonderful pastor, then to be exposed to that was absolutely devastating to me. But Tiara, do you think that these men generally really want to help women, or are they just motivated by this money?
I think that they want to. I think the beginning of it is to help women, right? To create a brand for themselves, to say like, oh, well, I could do this. I think I don't know the mind of these men, but I'll just say this. For most people, they start out saying, I can create a platform helping women to realize the minds of men. And then you start making money and you like, whatever. I'm gonna tell them whatever you're gonna adjust, and you're going to give them more of what they want based on if it's fattening your pockets. I think we do have a video of some, of something basically where it's like one of the guys say like, Ace was like, we gonna go out on this road and make this money, right? Like it wasn't even, I don't even know if I
Yeah.
pulled it, but basically that was it. So I think that maybe it starts from a good place, but like everything else, greed takes over, and then before you know it, it's just about that.
I hate that everything always seems like it's for, I mean, down through history, it's always been that, period. This is not anything new. When people can tap into something that they can see can make them money, you can even say a lot of people can start out with the best intentions. However, then when that money starts coming in, that looks a little good. So you don't want that to stop. So, I think many can start off with good intentions, but end up going down that wrong path when money gets a little too good and they know that people are really paying attention. But I want to hear your thoughts, family. And let's go ahead, put them in the chat. We are having conversations worth having right now. And we're going to take a quick commercial and we'll be right back.
It's a good show right here. But I'm biased. If you are just tuning in, you are watching Fly Nubian Money, where we help you master your mindset and maximize your money. My name is Tiara Williams. I'm also known as Miss Black Hollywood, and I'm the proud producer of this show because it is lit. If you want to receive notifications for when we go live Monday through Friday, 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All you have to do is text the word Queens to 87948. That's Queens to 87948. That's QUEENS to 87948. Also, if you want to grow your money and not blow your money, all you have to do is go to flynubianmoney.com. There's all kinds of resources, there's courses, there's free giveaways. There's just no reason to be broke in 2025. All you have to do is go to flynubianmoney.com. Obviously, you don't want to be entertained here. You want to know enough to grow. Wait, I need to put that on a shirt. You got to know to grow. Got to know to grow. So no.
A man that would tell you what you want to hear is a very dangerous man. They just said Ace Metaphor was smashing the whole crew. If you don't know who Ace Metaphor is, he's a panda bear. A man that panders to get what he wants speaks to you just like this right here.
Stop letting these men play in your face as if you're not beautiful, as if you're not worth it, as if there is a man right now praying to God to eventually meet you. You are somebody's he who finds a good thing.
And the whole time, he's full of shit. I had an OG on here, right? His name was Pastor Poppy Don. He would pander just to get hoes. Like, he would pander just to get women. And it would be beautiful women, too. Like, he would show me how he gets down. And I'm like, damn, all right, OG, I see you. But it's all a master plan to get you to sleep with them. It's that easy. All common sense. Most men think the same. So if you have a man coming out the woodworks just saying some outlandish bullshit like, oh, and just telling you what you want to hear, you have to be like, okay, he's on to something. Like, he has a plan and he's going to execute. You know what I'm saying? The power of the tongue is crazy. But most men think the same, just like most women think the same. So don't sit here and just believe anything a man says. The thing with Ace Metaphor is Ace Metaphor has 1 million followers, right, on TikTok. Pastor Poppy Don, he had like 700,000. If you want to make it in social media, man or woman, if you're a man, pander to the women. If you're a woman, pander to the men. Just say what the opposite gender wants to hear, and you will make it on the internet. I've seen it time and time again. Am I surprised that Ace Metaphor is moving how he moves and is getting exposed for it? No. It happens over and over. It's just like that Yada Awakening dude. He makes a bag off of telling women what they want to hear. Bash men, make the women seem like the good ones. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or vice versa. It doesn't matter. That's how they do it.
I think he has some very good points, but one point that stood out to me that we're talking about the men, but and he's saying women, you could do it too. Are there any women that are doing this, Tyria? Are you notice? Because I don't watch that kind of content. When you think about this, can you name at least one woman that's doing this? Pander to men? You're mute.
She was on our show. She was a queen. Her name is Shar Curry. She says what she wants. Miss says what she wants. If you go to Shar's page, and I was trying to get Shar on today's show because Shar has almost 1 million followers, and she does the same exact thing. But she be like, "Come here, bitch. Let me tell you, men want you to do this and that and that and that and that." Bitch, like I be like, dang, you so aggressive, right? Like, so I don't know if y'all go to Shar Curry's. She says what she wants, but it's a pandering page to men. Like when I went to her page, I said, "Oh, let me find a husband in here." Hey y'all, hey fellas. I say what I want to, It's but she does the same thing. She
Okay.
does the same thing.
So each one can play the game. Marlo, is there one in particular that you can think of?
I can't think of them by name, but I've definitely seen the ladies who want to, pull you to the side and tell you, how to talk less and be cute more, or get your soft girl life, or just whatever they're telling, whatever audience they're trying to get, right? I think women, just like men, it's spectrums to this maleness. This is the one that's helpful to women, but there's an opposite spectrum that's like they need to be licking your feet, right? It's like this whole other side to this conversation, and it's the same with women. There are women who are just, my daughter dropped something on me the other day talking about a girl that she goes to school with, and she goes, "She's male-centered, Mom. I don't know what you want me to do. Like, I can't really help a girl that's just so male-centered." And it just made me laugh because, like, you 15, what you know about male-centered? But because they live on the internet, they just have access to a whole different ball game of language than we did when we were younger. But her point was she likes to score brownie points with the boys by knocking the girls, right? She's male-centered. The things that she does are for men's attention. And so they out there. Your algorithm might be filled with robot falls and cat fun and otters. Lala got the otters popping. But there's a whole other part of the internet where people are trying to get in your brain, and there is a psychological warfare going on for sure.
Well, baby, I definitely battle with the baby animals right now. That's what I do on my algorithm, babies and baby animals, because I'm just not a part of this world. But with this being said, we know, like, we're giggling and we're laughing about. We know that this is what they're doing. So, Tiara, why do you think that people actually trust advice from men who don't practice what they preach?
Because they present like they do. They present they I think we all can recognize the charismatic pastor, the charismatic. I mean, it's part of, people know how to pull your heartstrings if they can communicate well, and there's a certain way that they communicate, almost giving you that, oh my, like you can trust in them. Like, I'm a good guy. I'm not like these other guys. So I'm gonna tell you exactly what those other guys are thinking that I don't think. I'm here for you, right? So it's that whole thing. You're like, yeah, he's different. He's so different, and he's not
No,
different,
it's
right? So I
not.
think I think we just fall into it. And I always say this, that the internet is not real. So sometimes it's hard to know what's real and fake, but I think we fall for it a lot of times, where people are just creating these caricatures, or these or just being actors and creating these brands, but being nothing like what they are on the internet in real life. They just, I mean, this is what it is, right? You can be whoever you want on the internet. Did you say that earlier, Marlo? You can be whoever you want, even if you don't believe it, and you can profit.
Baby. And they say fake it till you make it. So people be out here faking it till they trying to make it, right? Like, I mean, that is big in California. In Los Angeles, you don't know who you talking to, all right? They
Baby,
want to
I
see
got
what you need to
stories.
know. So I mean, I had to put away my country when my husband always told me, because I was so vulnerable to people. Really? Yeah, really? And he'd be like, sweetie, baby, put your prospect away. Because that's where I'm from, a little old country town called Prospect. Put your prospect away, baby. This is why you can't go wrong. Just like Walter Reed said, can't go wrong with them baby animals, right? But Mama, what makes this advice actually feel so addictive for so many people?
Well, it's like ChatGPT, right? It's reassuring. It's telling you that it's not you, it's them, right? It's them who need to modify. It's them who need to change. It's them who need to be honest. He needs to love you the way that you need and want to be loved. And who don't want to hear that, right? I'm not gonna leave Tierra in the Derek Jackson boat alone. I think Tierra and I were getting in and out of the Derek Jackson boat together at various times throughout our friendship. I think me and Tierra sharing his messaging between us and our other friends probably helped catapult this fool to where he is doing apology videos with his wife in the holy bonnet. I just, when you need it, right? When you need it, that's the gift and the curse about the internet, is that when you need that messaging most, you just a scroll away from whatever it is that you need, right? Somebody gonna help you get your finances straight. Somebody gonna help you get your love life straight. Somebody gonna help you level up professionally. These messages are just constantly there. And to me, Derek Jackson, Chat GPT and that advice is the evolution, because Derek Jackson wasn't no counselor. He just was, as he would say, a reformed fuckboy who had learned and was healed, and all the while just lying. So you still where you were originally. You've just gotten better at your performativeness of playing a good guy. But it's all performance, and it's the internet. You could live your own little life, create your persona, have that whole situation going, and people never know who you are. And the people who really know who you are get blocked.
It's interesting that you say that, because I have a series that I do, and it's based off of, like, the artist's way, and it's finding your soul's purpose. And I have many YouTube videos about that. It's just about my journey. It's about, things like that. That doesn't get much views at all, because that's not drama, right? That's not drama. So I thought to myself, maybe I should make it a little more dramatic. But
You
no,
need
I
to
just want to
you
be
need to
honest.
upsell it. Upsell it. You got upsell it.
Upsell it. Okay. I'm listening to my experts here, because it's a good damn series. But y'all
But
want to
didn't
watch all these people.
Didn't you say, Lala, that you added a little drama to it and you got more
I did,
views?
but that was my real estate. I did a little drama with the real estate. So I think I'm
Oh
going to put it
yeah.
over to the lifestyle girl. Listen, if these gurus are doing it off of stuff that's fake, then surely you going to be happy
Get
to do
you
something uplifting.
get you a wine glass and some crocodile tears and do your life guru thing. I guarantee you.
I'm going to test you on that because I'm going to do it. All right, we're
Make a
going to take a
series.
quick.
Go ahead.
It's a series. We're gonna twist this series around now. Listen, I'm gonna be looking for both of y'all up in my love. So, we're gonna
That's
take a quick break. We'll be right back.
uh-oh. Well, I was ready.
Oh,
I'm ready. Lala, you should make a series called Who Did I Sell a House To? Part 1 through 50.
that's a good
I know
one.
you're
That's actually
busy,
good.
you got things to do, and you can't take us on the go with you every single day. Good news for you. We are now on Spotify. So if you can't watch us, now you can listen to us on Spotify. Search Fly Nubian Money and all the episodes shall appear. All you have to do is like, subscribe, leave a 5-star rating, leave some comments, tell people how you love us so that when other people come along and are looking for a great show to watch, they can find Fly Nubian Money too. One last thing, and just in case you've been sitting under a rock, Fly Nubian Money now has an investment club. We are the Fly Nubian Money Club. It's easy. All you have to do is go to flynubianmoneyclub.com, and I am committed to bringing in top experts from all industries to help you level up. They're teaching us the skills that we need to compete in this market. We often say that nobody is coming to save us, not the government, but guess what? We're coming to save us. I'm coming to save you with the Fly Nubian Money Club. So listen, all you have to do again is go to flynubianmoneyclub.com. We have a 30-day free trial set up just for you, just for those people that are struggling. Even if you ain't struggling, you ain't got to struggle. I'm coming.
Stop saying that man couldn't handle a strong, independent woman. That wasn't the case. He couldn't handle the anger, the bitterness, the complaining, the strife, the blaming, the not taking accountability for your actions, the not apologizing when you're wrong, the throwing him underneath the bus and telling people all about the secrets that he told you, you breaking his trust, you being disrespectful. That's what he couldn't handle. That's what he didn't want to deal with.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Shar. Say it.
Well, listen, I can't necessarily disagree with any of that. But listen, okay. Well, that kind of leads into something Dr. Vibe asked, and I think this is a very interesting question. Do you feel that the women that follow these men have a lack of self-esteem? I want to hear from both of you on that. So I'm gonna start with you, Marlo.
I would say during my time when I had a heavy Derek Jackson rotation on my timeline, I definitely wasn't feeling the best about myself, right? I definitely wasn't, I was in a bad place with my marriage and all kind of things. So I definitely was not who stands before you. She was not leading the show at that time, for sure. So I think that probably is some of it, right? And then there's women who've had a bad breakup, a bad relationship, they've been cheated on, they've been financially cheated on, and you hear this man with this message and you think, oh my God, right? Like this is for me. And there's an audience out there. So he doing his thing, but it definitely is, for me personally, I was not in a great place when I found that messaging to be most impactful.
Okay, you know what? That ties right back in with our emotions. Whatever it is that you're going through right now, you usually find something that helps put as the old people used to say, and I just used to love this term, a healing balm on your heart, because if that's what you're going through, then that's what you're going to be seeking out, is some kind of healing from that. And I don't think that necessarily means women are weak. I think that's just a part of humanity, period. What about you, Tiara?
Yeah, I think during that time I probably felt like I didn't have any boundaries. I was struggling with a lot of things as it pertained to men, like understanding men, how to date men, because we had a conversation not too long ago about how Black women have not learned how to date. Like, right when we were teenagers, we it was just like, don't get pregnant, don't talk to that boy. You can't talk to a boy until you turn 18. And you turn 18, you like, what? How do I even what do I even do? Like, what do I even so I think a lot of us, even in my early 30s, I was just trying to catch up, like, okay, I'm attracting a certain kind of man, because you also have to consider childhood traumas that we experience and all the things that Black women kind of go through, and realize that I'm attracting a certain kind of man. Every time I'm attracting avoidant men. I went through this. I'm attracting men that are not available. Why? They all look the same. Why? And looking for those and looking for that information, but not understanding it until you actually do some self reflection. But I don't know if it's a low self-esteem, more than just like not knowing how to relate to men in the right way.
I think you brought up a very, ooh, a very important uh, thing about how we're told when we were grow up, you stay away from that boy, you blah blah blah. But you got to have some kind of skills. I remember there were a couple of times that I was grateful for that my mother, our church put on these socials where the young men and the young women would come and they do the debutante balls and things like that now, like they don't you don't hear that about those anymore. But it's that's where you go and you learn these communication skills between the boys learn how to ask the young ladies to dance, and the young ladies that know how to respond and answer with courtesy if they don't want to dance with that young man. We're missing a lot of that. So I think it's really easy for us to fall prey and see these things as something that is positive. However, we now, because we know this, we can do better. So I think we also should get back to those things that help to create the relationships, to learn the relationships, to learn the bonds, to learn the things that the young people need to do, instead of just saying, stay away from that boy. You better not bring no babies home at 16 years old. Well, you don't even know what you're looking for half the time. I just think it's really important that we put that back into our communities. We do have some stats though, because Lala loves some stats. She likes them numbers. So let's pull up a couple of those and see what we got on those and get back into this conversation, because I am fascinated. So the relationship coaching industry has grown rapidly, generating hundreds of millions of dollars annually. That's a lot of money, y'all. Women make up more than 80% of customers for relationships-based courses and coaching programs. And studies show that Black women are more likely to seek emotional guidance online due to lack of culturally aligned relationship support. That's really interesting. And the average love coach online sells digital products. Yeah, we all know about that, ranging from $47 to $997 per course.
I have two more, Lala. You want to read them later, or you want to read them now?
Keep going, because these are great.
Okay.
Emotional marketing tactics such as scarcity, urgency, and guilt are widely used to sell relationship products.
And lastly,
research shows that people in emotional distress are more likely to make impulse purchases for self-improvement. I like that, because I want to tag on to this here with the other stat that we talked about, the price ranges. Now, you may not jump into a $997 course immediately, but it is very tempting. Let's just be very honest. If a course is $47, I'm going to be like, I got about $47 to check this out. And of course, then you go through the upsells. So Tiara, do you think that the fact that people can feel like they can get the answers and the community they're looking for such a low price instead of therapy, because therapy can be expensive, or going to a higher priced course, really helps them to get into maybe an infinity circle of looking for that help, when it's actually the next help is always the upsell?
yeah. Um, it's all branding, right? I'll just say we fall in love with the personalities. If there was a therapist on, I mean, because some of them are life coaches, right? They went and got certified as a life coach, but hell, I went and got certified as a life coach to be a producer, right? So technically, I could do the same thing, but I think that it is what you're asking is, it is all about the upsell to them, right? But I think women, like we said, fall in love with the personalities, and they feel comfortable with seeing them every single day, knowing they're going to upload content every day, a video a day, or whatever it is, right? There is something to follow, it's something to expect. Um, and then, going to a therapist, you might see them, your therapist isn't uploading content, you're not getting to know, you know what I mean? They're not sharing that information. So it's this readily available information that you have. And then, like you said, like, what's $47? He know what he's talking about. He knows what he's talking about. He is, speaking my language. I'm gonna work with him. And that's how they get, I mean, that's how it starts. That's how the loop starts. So if you're asking, will they stay in that in that loop? Yes. I mean, there's still people to this day that follow Derek Jackson. Still, even
Okay.
after a divorce, even after having your wife on there with a bonnet saying, I'm gonna stay beside him, this is my man. Like, all the things. People are still like, women are still like, yeah, but he has good advice. So
That's so hard for Lala. That is so hard for Lala. But Marlo, do you think these gurus exploit loneliness?
Yeah, I mean, loneliness is the whole basis of the product. The whole basis of the product is there are lonely people out there that want and or need this information. That I can't think of what the name of the term is, but there's a term for the relationship that you develop through people that are online. And I think that's part of it too, because these aren't unattractive men, right? These men, like, they're attractive, they good looking, right? Somebody will give, they ain't gonna have a hard time getting a date. And I think that has something to do with it too. You see this man who's saying all the right things through your screen, right? He ain't uploading his outtakes. You don't know that before he posted this 1 6-minute video, he cut 66 videos to get down to this one. You're not paying attention to all of the work that he's doing to totally enrapture you into his words. And so I think that that's also a big part of it, is this kind of relationship through the screen that people are developing. And I think a lot of these women wish, I had a man like him, right? If only Tyrone was like Derek Jackson. Instead of you actually focusing on whether or not your relationship with Tyrone can move forward and what are the attributes that he has, why are you there, why is he there? Instead of really examining that in person in your real life, they just kind of are living vicariously through these men that are saying all the right things, but never talking about the small arguments over who didn't, the trash or the laundry, like all of the small little things in a relationship that you have that are real, not talking about those things, but just selling the woman on how beautiful and powerful she is. I remember the Ace Metaphor video that we played where he's like, you are somebody's good thing that's waiting to happen. I remember that video. Like, I remember seeing that video and being like, oh, that's so sweet of him. Okay, that was nice. And just scroll past, not realizing who he was or kind of what he was into. So, if y'all need it, buy the low end, ladies. Don't let them hit you with the upsell. Don't buy the $9.99 one, because it's just the $47 one with like 5 extra bullet points.
But you know what I'm finding that's very interesting during this conversation? I know we're talking about, the gurus who also are not doing so well, but it taps into humanness. Women want to be loved. Women want to be in good relationships. Women want to be with a good partner. However, we're also being told you need to be strong. You are a powerful woman. You don't need no man. So, where is the balance for us? Where is the balance? Because on one hand, that's too tilted, and the other hand's too tilted. I'm very grateful to say that I am in a very balanced relationship. I know that I'm rare. And I'm feeling very blessed about that. I would not want to be in any other position. But I do see a lot of my girlfriends who are battling these two very opposing ideas, and that is something that just keeps you in turmoil of, should I do this or should I do that? Do I want this? Why can't I have it all? And then I think that also sets up why they want to hear some of the things that are being told to them, and it just makes them, I can have this, but I can have it all. Everybody can have everything you want, but it's all about balance and compromise. Where is someone talking about the compromise? Because I don't hear anybody talking about no compromising. We got another video. I want us to check this out and get back into this conversation.
Ladies, if I could give y'all some advice this morning, it would be this. Stop listening to these male gurus on here that give y'all relationship advice. Did we not learn anything from Derek Jackson? Now we got this I am truth hurts motherfucker. I saw a video this morning of a woman stating that she was watching his live, and some woman on his live was asking him for some relationship advice, and his response to that was, bitch, you haven't sent me no gifts, you haven't sent me no money. Hit that gift gallery if you want some advice from me, bitch. Let me tell y'all something. Even that little podcast with the, you know what I'm saying, that had the men and the women on stage, like, listen, I can always tell when that shit is not gonna end. Like, men who intentionally come on these social media apps acting like they're a guru. This man was allegedly left his 5-year-old son in a car running from the police because they wanted to catch him on some drug charges, and he bounced and left it. Allegedly. I don't know, I wasn't there. He told this woman, he responded to the woman. She made a video talking about what she saw in his life, and he responded talking about you taking trips you can't afford. Why have so many men been in your vagina? You don't have husband is one of your accomplishments. Even though I'm a married woman, being married is not a fucking accomplishment. It's a choice, but it's not an accomplishment. If you are a woman and you are a certain age and you're not married and you don't have kids, it doesn't mean you're not accomplished. Because I'm married and I have so many kids, I actually envy women who have the freedom to take their career where they want to take it, to get up and move how they want to move, to take trips when they want to take trips. Men like him make women feel like they don't want a fucking husband. Be careful who y'all watch and who y'all listen to.
I can't disagree with her. So that begs to ask this question. I'm going to ask you this, Tiara. Do these coaches slow down women's healing?
Yes. Yeah, I think so. I think so, because I think they're looking for advice in the wrong place, right? You're asking for healing in the wrong place. You're on a live saying, "I need advice," and he's saying, "Bitch, you ain't put no money in my gallery. You better put some gallery." Like, I wouldn't even I've heard Truth Hurts, and he is, at first it was like, again, he had like, it was like a soothing voice, like he talks in a certain cadence, but now he is really rude. He is really rude and really aggressive. With success has come a lot of like something arrogance, something, right?
Arrogance. Arrogance.
And it's kind of gross. Like, I used to watch the videos, but now I just keep scrolling, but only because, again, I look for things for these types of shows. Anonymous says something about Kevin Samuels. And, you know, Kevin Samuels was really mean. I think, initially he was nice. And then he created a character, right? Because he didn't used to have those he used to be the Derek Jackson type of guy where it'd be like, sis, don't let him do this to you. No, no, no. And then he saw that wasn't working. And he saw that, and he created a character that was like, how much you weigh? You 5'9"? You 400 pounds, girl? But if you go back and listen to some of those videos, I'm not gonna lie, um, it points out that women can be a little delusional about what they're looking for. It's almost like watching Kendra G's relationship videos as well, where it's like, I got 5 kids, but I don't want him to have kids. And yes, I weigh 400 pounds, but so, I mean, and I don't work out, I don't cook. So if a man want me, then he's just gonna, but he got to pay for everything. Like, it's just there. I mean, women are unhealed for real. Like, there's a lot of delusional women out there, like, for real. Like, so I don't even know that. I think they definitely need a therapist. They really need a therapist instead of trying to be on. Basically, they don't need to be on those platforms. They need to really look inward.
I can see that because, like I said, I have girlfriends who do the same thing, and it just seems like they contradict themselves. But Marlo, do you feel like women can actually protect themselves emotionally and financially with all this type of advice that they're seeking?
If they're not being discriminating about where they're getting their advice and who has proven results, right? Just because somebody appeals to you emotionally in a moment doesn't mean that that person can heal your hurt or can walk you toward healing. And I think that that's part of it is these charismatic characters coming through these, 7 and 9 and whatever inch screens that we have. And I think it dilutes reality. And it does lend itself to delusion, right? Because while these men are telling you, you the Queen of Sheba, you need to be taken care of, get in the soft girl life with me. I got a soft girl car for you to drive. While all of that is going on and it's making you feel really good, it's not asking you to do any work. And there's no person that is not flawed, right? And so then when you get out here with these men, right, and you on your queen pedestal and you waiting for your soft girl car to pull up, and the dude is just regular. He just a regular dude trying to have a conversation, and y'all can't connect. Y'all can't connect because you haven't done any self work. You haven't done any self evaluation. So I think it is detrimental. I think that it can be financially detrimental, especially if you buying that 9.99 class or classes, right? Depending on what your money is. I think it can definitely be detrimental. And then there's also the God part about this, right? Where you believe everything, you hanging on his every word. So then what do you do when, just like the pastor, he falls short of the glory of God, right? You find out that he not only is he in the Bonnet Chronicles, he has also got his wife in the prayer bonnet doing the stand by your man embarrassing moment of a lifetime. What do you do with that? Right? Because this is the person that has told you that your man is right on the other side of that door. It just has to be, he has to hear the chime ringing in his ear to know that his woman is on the other side. It be some crazy stuff that they be talking. And half of this I'm making up, but a third of it is very good and valid, y'all. I'm just saying, don't
Well,
fall for the
listen.
banana in the tailpipe.
But
Don't.
this brings up a good listen, the real Black Lexicon, you changed your name, Black Lexicon. Well, I've noticed that. You too, Anonymous. Um, he said women just really wanted and want something real. And the scarcity of real, fake will do. I want to hear your comments on that, Tiara. Do you agree or disagree with that?
Yeah, I mean, I think we all want something real, right? I think that it's human to want to be loved. If you say you're not looking for love, you are a liar, right? I think we all want something real. It's just like there's just so many. I would just say the Black community is just so traumatized. I think we are so hurt, and we have been harmed, and we have been betrayed in so many ways that we're looking at each other thinking he's going to betray me, she's going to betray me, I got to get her before she gets me. It's all of that. Anonymous keeps talking about Kevin Samuels in the chat, and I'll just say this: even Kevin Samuels died alone. You died alone. You died. You did all that talking about what a Black woman won't get, and what you and she gonna be alone. She gonna die alone, and all of that. But you died alone,
He
laying
died
next
with
to it,
us.
next to a woman that was a nurse that didn't revive you, right? That was like, ew, I didn't come here for this. I just came to get like, just to have a night. Like, what is this? You dying? Get up. Like, what, right? So it's I just think we got to be really careful about the things that we say and what we manifest, because that young man died alone, next to a woman that he didn't love, that didn't love him, that didn't even want her name to be put in the media in terms of, don't say that I was there, right? And that's not
That's
a way
sad.
to die. Nobody wants
That
that.
that's very sad. Like that is heartbreaking to me. Like no matter what the man did, still the thought of that happening, uh, that's just sad for any human. I think we all generally want someone to have at least that part of their life be good. But that was very sad to me. We've got so many great people here. We got Yolanda, she's here. We got Joe, he chimed in as well. We've got Deborah. Listen, y'all talking amongst yourselves out there. This is exactly what we like. We love that. And this is a really good topic. So, Tier, do we have one more commercial before we move on?
I'm gonna skip out. I'm not gonna do. You can talk about your Black business directory, but I'm not pushing the Black business directory in 2026. Unfortunately, we are tapped out, baby. So
I
we're
don't
gonna.
blame you. I get it.
So I'm
Well,
gonna
with
give
with
all y'all information to Lala, and then Lala can do it, and then y'all just
Lala's gonna put it on her page, so
but y'all
make
can
sure.
still y'all can still email me at info@the real network. Like I said, I'm just forward to Lala because I know she's going to build that, and I'm going to keep building the Fly Nubian Money Club, the Level Up Lounges, the Rise, all the things. But I just can't handle one more thing.
That's all right. I'll pick up the slack because I would love to get you out there. So, but before we move on, I do want to make sure that we have our final thoughts, and because this is really a big topic, and I'm sure we all have done it ourselves, or we also have someone that we love that may be taking this advice. You know, you want to also be able to gently have discernment against who you're really listening to and letting into your heart and your circle, because it does affect your whole life. Because you can fall into these holes and not see that you are in these holes. And it's kind of called cults, you know. You want to be very careful of those. So, Marlo, I would love to hear your final thoughts on today's topic, and please tell us where we can find you.
Well, my final thought is don't be scammed, right? It's okay to take advice. It's okay to glean information from the internet and from people of the internet. Obviously, I'm people of the internet. I give y'all information. There's nothing wrong in that. Just vet your information and understand that when a person is talking to a very broad audience, there's no way for you to get a very specific message. And you still have to get that very specific message that's going to pair you up with the person that you're looking for and the person that's looking for you. So don't forget to do the inside work as you're looking on the outside for who your person is. Or maybe you're in a relationship and you feel like it's not all that it's cracked up to be. Always look within, because normally that's where the problem is, and then everything else that's external that's touching it is just aggravating it a little bit. If you want to follow somebody on the internet that's not trying to shape your thought, that's not trying to tell you what to think, that is not participating in the black man versus the black woman arguments online, because they know that we need each other for survival and community and future. Follow your girl. That's my Instagram handle right there. Go and give me those clicks. Go and give me that engagement. Come and chat with me. I chat back. Don't be out here following these fools that are shaming their wives and having children out of wedlock while they're also counting your body count. Don't be out here letting somebody make you feel like you are less than while they hyping themselves up to be more than. Holla at your girl. Build a community. Follow Lala. She funny. She got them cat videos. And of course, Karma J gonna sing a song to y'all. You don't have to choose the madness, is what I'm saying.
I absolutely love that. And you know, she's right. We all have different content. So, like, listen, if you ever just need to just breathe and you need a baby otter, you come to Lala's page, because sometimes you just need a baby otter during the day, right? Make sure you follow Marlo. She will keep you laughing and keep you going, and also keep you informed. So, all right, Tiara, I would love to hear your final thoughts and where we can find you.
Ladies, I'm just gonna talk to the ladies really quick. It is a jungle out there. It's a doozy. Um, Men are trying to get your money, trying to get your mind, trying to influence you in certain ways. And I would just encourage one of the things that I said, and I said this earlier, that I had to do is I've been in therapy for quite some time. Shut up, Anonymous. I know why I'm in therapy. No, at this point it's just maintenance, but I've been in therapy for 4 years, and I'm not ashamed to say that because it is sometimes it's maintenance, sometimes it's me working through the things that I've been exposed to. But one of the things that we spent a lot of time on was my attachment style. And although now I am a secure woman in attachment, for very long I was anxiously attached. I was anxious avoidant, and so that just means that you pull away, I get anxious and be all, it was a mess. It was chaos. It was chaotic. And I think a lot of women are probably like me, have been attached to avoidant men, men who run, men who can't completely commit. And those are the women that are looking for those are the women that are looking for the Derek Jacksons of the world, the Ace Men that are hanging on to their every word. Those are those women. So I would just say, I invite you to find you a therapist. You can go to therapy. What is it? Helptherapy.org. Help. What is it? I don't know. I go to Soul
Joe,
Seekers.
Better help.
BetterHelp, Jesus. I went to BetterHelp for a little bit. It was cheap. That was during COVID, but now, I got off that app and found a therapist here in California. But I just think it's important to really just start to understand yourself in a real deep way, because you got to understand you before somebody else can understand you. You have to love you before somebody else is going to love you. So I share that with you and let you know that I love you. Um yeah, y'all, I got a show coming up right quick. So let me just share that. I got the flyer. It's if you are in the California area, in the LA area, dang, you can't really see it. I'm gonna make it bigger at some point. Love Hangover Listening Party, Thursday, December 11th. It's going down here in Inglewood. It's a toy drive attached to that thing. So if you got an unwrapped toy, listen, you can go to karmaj.com and find out all the information. That's KHARMAJ.com. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you. If you watch and you live in California, come on through. It's
I
free
absolutely love
between
that.
7 and 9.
I love that. And guys, this is the season of giving. There are a lot of young ones out there who do want Santa to stop by. So let's make sure that we do take care of that as well. We want to take care of our babies. Listen, I want to share a post that I did today because pretty much it sums up everybody's life. It says, "My ducks are absolutely not in a row. I don't I don't even know where some of them are. And I'm pretty sure one of them is a pigeon." Listen, we all have a lot of things that swirl in our mind, but the main thing is you. We are all spiritual beings having a human experience. So it's something in a lesson in everything that we talk about and everything that we do. Whatever you do, whoever you listen to, always use your discernment. Really step back and think, is this something that is good for me? Because ultimately, it is your experience in life. And those are the things that you want to look back on and not say, I wish I coulda, shoulda, woulda. So be strong in yourself and don't disbelieve that you don't have the power within yourself, because you do. Not everybody is a guru. Sometimes the guru is in you. So I am Laura Key, and you can get me at laurakey.net. I am going to be putting up, and I actually have a few businesses up now. You want to make sure that you email me. It's simple, laura@laurakey.net. You also can get me on my website. If you have a business that you're interested in sharing, I would love to put you on my email list so that I can shoot you out to my full database as well, because I want to uplift and support small business. Listen, I am so tickled that we had this conversation today, because honestly, I'm going to be very, very honest. It was actually very eye-opening for me, because that's not a part of my world. And so I think it's important for us to talk about these things that are out there. We want to say thank you to everybody who's been here today. But at the end of the day, real healing does not come from a man who profits when you say, and when you're staying confused. I'm gonna let that sink that in right now. Healing is not supposed to trap you. It's supposed to transform you. So when you trust your own voice, you do not need a guru to tell you how to love or who to avoid. Protect your heart, protect your money, and protect your peace. Thank you to our incredible sisters here, my queens, my queens, my queens. I love to spend time with you for this powerful and much needed conversation. We will see you tomorrow. It's Thanksgiving week, y'all. I know y'all cooking them dinners. So I'm ready to get down here right now and start on them greens. So make sure that you have a beautiful and a blessed week. But join us tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be here. Thank you for being here today. Peace out.
He manipulated a whole flock of women, and we warned y'all about like that. Just don't believe nothing y'all talking about. A nigga that's agreeing that much is just trying to crack. Nobody agrees that much with y'all. I'm sorry. We're men. We don't think the same as women. So for that nigga to be pandering that way, all he wanted was some ass. And he clearly got a whole bunch of it after being with Shorty for 19 years. He had 100 bodies. Shouts to Derek Jackson,
Ain't
man.
no shouts to him.
Shouts to
He's
Derek
disgusting.
Nasty Man
He's
Jackson.
no,
You feel me?
that is nasty, and he going straight to hell.
Yeah,
Him with
all
that
right.
bonnet of salvation.